if you can't keep it confidentiality, you must resign as a nurse or as a doctor or as a health care practitioner. I didn't NDC form. You're so stupid like that. Who discuss somebody's confidential medical reports? No. Yanka wants them because we knew say Ebia with some few sensible NDC in you know who call you people to order. Says how the end day Papa yana nim say can we yabumi akando. I was thinking say maybe he will call you people to order say medical reports are not supposed to go out. It is very confidential. Yanya akando Minister for Health. Na come even so the body so you don't know how prophet it is be only health practices abonsan ho it is be nkazinato obakefe nka you school John Dramani Mahama on confidentiality of health reports mama nyo susu ye na ni high ye say aponche ya bonani so etnase masa report no ye the ba out yan come away. And now what you do to us is to tell us to say we are mentally disordered. John Dramani Mahama. Yeah, sepr. Yeah, Nancy Future, Mahama is the whole. No Ababa say. Yeah, boy, you are telling us to say we are mentally disordered. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, coach Obama will be. No police force or just police in Kasa. No Ababa say. Yeah, boy, you are telling us to say we are mentally disordered. Yeah, that's it. Okay, really? Oh, my feedback. Me see. And then a police force sorry no mental disorder. Me patrol stop massage words. I just want about them. The minister the patrol me say a police force who police in say siano ma bodam. No stopping fabro from the nada bibi. Or say police force here. The minister for interior some bodam. Muni nyansa. Aya bodam. Totally madness. Some papa na Kofi Adoma wani sani ade no. So say ono sisa de wo from ba wo de no we ya bodam in a grand star. Many
ati from mumu na makwa about the bagana and same thing. So one more to be like video be subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that next time videos of this nature ba also sabit make a video ni bi. Also watch the video. So the mumu me from Mr. President. Me wasa me ba be so. To chira wadwo comment section wo. Na me sere wa bio me sere wo. She video no. Chira wadwo. Na so share ma wunu so me chira na adwo. Ko mind ya cheche. Ni nyine ye di nti. Ni nyine nkoso nti na me yewe. Na se mo be kaya. Enche bia na ye ton security services forms e de ma Ghana for. Na ye be ko 2024 elections inya Basintali inya John Dramani Mahama inya Felix Ofosu inya Sam George mo amuka Ghana for say security service ndi nyuma bebre wo opportunities bebre wo se Ghana for to abade ma NDC dia omamamu ba omacheche slot no bi enyemi samokai ai Basintali kan bi Sam George wo kan bi Mahama so kan bi slot bebre wo to mo to ba mo ko ade a o memo opportunity ama Ghana for nyina kosum or security services, and these lies got into the head of the ordinary Ghanaian. It's as a mabunu no pay jumaye. This is NDC can throw the tone and nado some nado memuye hinti Ghana for mabunu nyina di boom ekotroba edima NDC amenuko. Now we also many women say ton slot on ton forms on the manipa 500,000. About slot form back be cost about 200 Ghana cedis. Form back be cost about 200 Ghana cedis to nipa 500,000. Now and some near year near nyan ama era kwabna minta ne 1 year ni papa health minister and near Moses me Ghana for. Munim say in the system of health, one confidentiality is the patient's health status. Who patients will be over now take up your doctor who knew who or do we are the team. It's against the ethics of the job. You are coming with a health minister. The candle. While share ama nurses and doctor to me screening at the various Ghanaians for the security service or more release and more leaky their health statuses. They couldn't keep the health status of the ordinary Ghanaian as confidence or as something related to confidentiality. They couldn't protect the image and the sanity of the ordinary Ghanaian. But now, because they've released the health status of Ghanaians, and it's very disheartening. Health minister. Now, Senator Rollins, what are you doing? Senator Rollins, what's she doing there? And so disheartening, heartbreaking that the person who's a health minister is a mathematician. Now, even if you have no knowledge in health, we learn. You don't even qualify to be in that position. But for whatever greedy and selfish reasons, we've given you such a sensitive position, and the only thing you can do is to disgrace the ordinary Ghanaian who voted for you. Asamna yawo. Ghana for ni bi su. E bi kwenti mi PF so mo timi hu mo na fufu anim. Ejitu nkofo bebre yare. But the health status of the ordinary Ghanaian must be kept confidential. Is that one too much to ask for? And I don't know busana yade hu be yebuse bi mada. Eni enyan. Eni enyan. Boni be na Ghana ni ai. Iti Ghana for boni omo ye ni se to abade ma Ira John Dramani Mahama. Ira, health minister wonim na dwuma. Na Senator Rollins or to one wo ye den. Is not a medical personnel. What's she doing? And there is nothing like a PR about this. The media is quiet because we are in the era of culture of silence. And it's not as if the health workers, they don't know their right, they don't know the ethics of the job. They know. So to what level does disrespect and to what level of arrogance and ignorance is that?
You can't keep it confidentiality. You must resign as a nurse or as a doctor or as a health care practitioner.
Videos of
And
this
then NDC Zongo does not stop it like that.
Also watch it.
Who discuss somebody's confidential medical reports?
No, what do you
Because we knew that with some few sensible NDC in you, who call you people to order. Says how the Papa Yana Nim said, "Can we Yabumi?" I was thinking, say maybe he will call you people to order. Say medical reports are not supposed to go out. It is very confidential. Minister for Health.
For elections.
And now what you do to us,
we are
mentally disordered. John Dramani Mahama. Yes, a president. You're not so future. Mahama is the whole. No,
and these lies got into the head of the man. He says, we are mentally disordered. Now there was a woman saying, I'm not slot when I'm not forms and be money back 500,000. Form back could be our cost about 206.
Mental disorder,
form back could be a cost about 200 to nipa
the
500,000
minister ne patch them say a police for
na
police
and some ni ye ni nnan ama era kwa
stopping fabro from the
by health minister
the minister for interior some bodam bodam totally madness
when him say in the system of health confidentiality is the patient's health status who patients are now we take up your doctor we need kwan so do we are the kwabonte it's against the ethics of the
asamai mu honom baby
you are complain a health minister
ka odi beto ne gas asa ne light bill kuntimi ntu ne dan kanso aso living good man
nurses and doctor to me screening edema
enti eba ne sa
almost
to guys and say
release and the health status
now packing in yama akotna be man njen
they couldn't so keep the health status of the ordinary Ghanaian as confidence
on like
something related to confidentiality.
Kind of say water bill on Chebi.
They couldn't protect
but the person is not
the
happy.
image and the sanity of ordinary Ghanaians.
She's not happy.
But now because they release the health status of Ghanaians
4 years after start training okay
health minister
rotation
now Senator Rollins what you
Senator
Rollins what she doing
hook up
and so this having heartbreaking
able to eat
the person who's a health minister is a mathematician health
MP now
even if you have no knowledge in health we learn
Ghana is better
Ghana nyaji nurses you don't even qualify to be in that position. But for whatever greedy and selfish reasons, we've given you such a sensitive position, and the only thing you can do is to disgrace the ordinary guy who voted for you.
The voice, I remember.
Otukuno. I can't for be so. He be going to be paid so much money.
500
so change. But the health status of the ordinary guy must be kept confidential. Is that one too much to ask for?
And
I don't know I didn't be able to say
mathematically correct.
Yeah.
But the only way correct is say who the mind is the baby name.
It's Ghana for
it is assumed say minus 500.
Now Senator Rollins or to one it's not a medical personnel.
Now when you say NDC 40 will be left.
And there is nothing like a PR about this. The media is quiet because we are in an era of culture of silence.
But when say we are talking about the positive side of the plane. From zero there, you will reach 2,500 before.
It's not as if the health workers, which they don't know their right, they don't know the ethics of the job. They know.
Now, ultimately,
so to what level does disrespect and to what level of arrogance and ignorance is that?
Then you must question his PhD.
Also
a PhD holder. Now, it's not a one-day wonder to get it easy. The prayer woman when you're easy. Good for good. They be am sorry be anu. Last time he draw me sit to say, I'm learning about depression. Okay, yeah, depression. My project work around depression. Okay, my thesis. Now, as I am, the more I am working on that topic, the more depressing myself I'm become. The more depressed I'm becoming. The more depressed I'm becoming. Just say, and yet easy to do your postgraduate. Also, say from Singapore in the same thing.
In your basintali. In your John Dramani.
That will be can say. As a judgment.
Security service. You might be brave.
And Sally Pastor, you have every right to question
about the NDC.
Now you go into the bush. Number one, farmer be framing. Now me was screen recording. I mean in the voice note. And or say, sa otokono engagement. Road one I call no munye farmers. NDC 4 branch executives
or security services.
And your police station agents.
These lies
as you occur into the farming areas now. Now my
bush now
and this very farmer no didn't know say I didn't planting. Okay, So now go fee or free form and
now we say
no aba go focus and go come again on so gina forms in the money and the original one I join use for the microphone everything gina name say yes see mo amuti and mo tiase asema aban kan mo tiase and our farmer no see oh debut on the on ti hwe ase e dan obeka say 2500 no esu say 3600 or one o so ni mu. Right? Or say Bruno. Yes. Because he is making a government now popular. Adia Maskedo say after the program no bia kosingi praises. But when kwandie or kanu krenenti ya son ni mu or boost ni mu. Right? And you are telling me say with say Ghana is better off say inflation ever form. Now yesterday the worst aspect in this we are hearing says cocoa price are about 2,500 mponu. They are still thinking of reducing it further.
Yeah. I think say cocoa can be so kind say and no cry no more tiso. Yeah.
Yes. Sa 2,500 no. Yan share ya sambe tiso akobeye 1,003, 1,004. Adentia. See, they want us to be at the same level as Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast for the 1,020. Ghana, 2,500 in a dust to do. Ubisa who say, yes, NDC for no. That is the reason of an NDC person. And you understand why it is so. NDC need ye, let us keep you in poverty. Let's keep you in poverty for 3 years. And in the 4th year election year, we'll come and give you something small to make you think, say, your life has gotten better.
Yeah.
So that you go and vote for them again. And you understand why they don't want cocoa farmers to be any better than they are. Kai say under Akufo-Addo, no cocoa farmers, ya the even pension scheme, Eddie Breomo.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo, no. Pension scheme, so that we a farmer and say you be going to the farm where the 60 years, 65 years still uko from Aden. Akufo-Addo said a time should come. You too, you can rest like the way teachers rest, the way nurses rest, go on pension, the way judges, lawyers ni inako pension. Usubet miyakosa. Bisa me say eneno are they paying it? Are they paying Sasika and say Omufan tuho SCMA Coco for as Omu pension scan? Debbie. Right? And to almost say agricultural sector, poto, baby poto, ewo. Na ye cocoa affecting cashew farmers, cashew no so no. That is kind of so who, right?
Yeah.
And that is the kind of government we are faced with right now. There is no single sector, say Ghana, that you will say the incompetence of Aban with John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, now buying is not being fought. There's no single sector. Call universities, call be so I'm say ice cream no mejida.
Oh, say
ice cream
or critic company for bit my ice cream, they are supply away.
And you're in them. When na university for mubufuba. One now catch me say inflation, okay, about say 3% to 3.8%. Now my school no, me school fees.
Yeah.
Took by over 25%.
Wow.
Yes, and so yeah, so what are you coming to tell me say inflation is 3%?